Alright, so time now is 11:04 a.m. in the morning on August 6th. A week ago, my mom actually planned for us, the family, and my cousin's family to go pedal boating and water sporting and whatever. But here's the thing, man, today is raining. It's going to rain. Even though it's not raining now, it will rain in the future. But anyways, it's not raining now. And if it is, those activities would be canceled. But it's not. So my mom got super excited, and as you can see, I've already changed my clothes. I woke up not too long ago, like 15 minutes ago, and boy, am I really sleepy. And do I miss Mary? And I don't even got a chance to whatever, edit videos or whatever. I just gotta go immediately. So, yeah, but I'm just gonna be honest here. It's going to rain. It's going to rain. It has to rain. And, yeah, it will rain. I don't know why, but I'm just suddenly really missing Mary again. It's like, I don't know. I just wake up and I'm like, damn, I wish Mary would say something to me like good morning or something. I would be really happy just to know that Mary's thinking and saying these words. Like, it would be just so heartwarming. And goddamn, I just need to finish the poem that I wrote about her. I think it's almost finished, but I don't know. I could write forever, to be honest. Um, um, I feel like even if I go to the USA, Mary will not disappear from my mind. She's there forever. She is. I've never met a single person more fascinating than her. She's truly a work of art. Um, but yeah, I don't think I'll have the time to upload anything. I'm so like immediately, first thing after I woke up, I plugged in, I set up my laptop, and I started processing my video on Handbrake, 1 hour and 19 minutes of Minecraft. I don't got the time now. I gotta leave now because water sports, blah blah blah. So I also asked Natalie if she gave her student the right number because it's been well over 24 hours and I still haven't received a single text from this mysterious ass student. So who knows, man? Who knows? And well, she replied ISK. I assume she's trying to say IDK, which means I don't know. ISK, I don't even know what ISK means. ISK. So yep, I'm leaving. Fuck this. All right. Time now is 9:40 p.m. on August 6th. Look at my arm. Okay, it's not very obvious now, but okay, it's obvious now. You can literally see the tan line. So, right, today is quite a day. Quite a day. Very eventful. Lots of things happened. Kind of memorable. Maybe not as memorable as the day I went to Anime Expo with Nick, but I did more wild things today than on Anime Expo, even though I had more fun at Anime Expo. Maybe, I guess. So anyways, today I woke up quite early and arrived at oh, by the way, I lost one subscriber. Now I'm 13 subs behind the other channel. Oops. But anyways, let's put YouTube aside for now because goddamn, there's so much to talk about. So okay, I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. So anyways, early in the morning, I left and I went on my cousin's car. My cousins and my aunts there in the car, and my elder cousin is playing music very loudly, and my aunt is fine with it, and she is open-minded about listening to many different kinds of music, electronic music, metal, rock, And that's really cool because my mom doesn't do that. Whatever music I play, whether it be pop, rock, metal, electronic, folk, or country, everything is weird according to my mom. But anyways, that's just a minor topic. We arrived there and we were pretty far away. We're actually somewhere near Science Park, which I've already filmed before and I've made a video about it. But we were somewhere near there. There was a pier which looked very peaceful. We stopped by there and we ate some food over there. I took off my mask and I drank a pack of lemon tea. I ate some of those marinated eggs, boiled eggs, ate one, and chicken wing, and some meatballs, fish balls, sausages, whatever. And then afterwards, at around 12 at noon, or actually 1. Okay, before that, I was wearing like streetwear, and I had to change my clothes to water wear, you know, swimming wear, swimwear, that's right. And that includes a top, because the water's very cold, so I need to wear a top and a pants. I'm already wearing the swimming pants, except inside the swimming pants, I'm wearing underwear. So, I have to actually find a bathroom. So I walked to a nearby kiosk, a little store, and I asked the cashier, where's the bathroom? The cashier said it's up there at the roundabout. So I went to the roundabout, and there is no bathroom. There's a road sign saying bathroom, and it points to the middle of the roundabout where there are nothing but cars going around. And then I went to the side of the roundabout. There are these portable bathrooms and like construction workers, and I thought maybe that's the bathroom. And my younger cousin was there too, so I was like, you know what, fuck it. So at that point I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna get dirty, down and dirty. So I took a deep breath. I rushed into the portable toilet. I took off my underwear and then put back my my swimming pants and went out, and that was about like 15 seconds. It was an amazing speed run. Anyways, we went back, and it was about 1 p.m. and we went on to the boat, and it was rocking quite hard, and I'm feeling quite dizzy right now as well. But yeah, the younger cousin tried first, and they thought, I actually have no idea what I'm in for, but my aunt is the one who booked this, and my aunt thought we're going to play, according to her, wakeboarding. I don't know what that is. Maybe she meant wave boarding, but she was wrong. It was actually wave surfing. So there is a surfing board, and we had to wear a life vest, and there was this string, an extensible string, and a handle, and we had to hold onto it, and the boat is gonna drive, and we need to stand up from the water, stand up on the boat, and then surf, which is actually really friggin' difficult because you're on water, and it's really wavy, and it's really easy to lose balance. So it's actually way more difficult than it seems. So I was like, well, damn, I'm gonna suck at it. Turns out I didn't suck all that bad. I mean, I've never done this sport before. I'm not a huge water guy. Like, I don't do water sports a lot. But as far as a first attempt goes, it's not that bad. You know, of course I didn't manage to stand up, but I managed to like hold onto the handle and squat on the board for like 2 to 3 seconds. Same for my brother, and I think it's already an impressive enough achievement for a first timer. But yeah, the water was really salty. There was like flying fish, like jumping fish, and one of them hopped onto my head. There was a pack of seagulls just flying on the surface of the water, and yeah, the strength of the water is really just strong. Like, at first I had to like literally lay flat on the water with my feet doing this. This is the board, and my feet doing this with my toes facing the sky, pointing towards the sky. And the boat drives, I hold the handle in the boat at the same time. I let go of the board, I still hold the handle, and then I have to, like, doing a sit-up, but instead of doing it on the floor, I have to do it on the water while trying to balance at the same time. And that's as far as I can go. But my elder cousin could actually stand up, relax, and only use the right hand, which is really good. So anyways, afterwards it was about 4 p.m. I was really tired already. For some reason my back was hurt, my legs and arms was quite tired, and for some reason my eat finger, my food finger, has a small skin scrape right here, which I don't know why. It just came out of nowhere and it kind of hurts. I thought maybe one of the fish bit me, except that seems like a very dumb thing to happen, so maybe something else happened, I don't know. But anyways, we went off there and we were all wet and soggy and sweaty, and I grabbed another drink. Everybody grabbed another drink. I grabbed a lemon tea soft drink. So actually a lot of lemon tea is being drunk today by me, but I grabbed it and I ate a little more food, and then afterwards we walked to the Science Park Mall, which is a place that I've already been to last time. But in the mall, we went to the bathroom, and in there, we changed our clothes. I changed my clothes, and yeah, it was a small toilet stall, and it was dirty. And I was literally holding the bag of clothes while taking off my shirt, and so my right hand is holding my wet swim shirt in my bag, and my left hand had to grab a clean shirt, or not really clean, I wore it yesterday too, but another shirt from the bag, out of the bag, and then wear it all at once. And then like I have to do that, and I also wash my hair at the sink, so I splashed water onto my head, and I grabbed a towel and just wiped it. But yeah, afterwards we went back to the car and we went all the way to Sai Kung, and I filmed quite a lot of footage there, and we went to this seafood restaurant. There was no rain, surprisingly, until at the very end. But we went to the restaurant and we had this huge meal, and yeah, I was feeling quite dizzy already, and apparently it's sunburnt, even though it's not really sunny today, but the UV is strong apparently. So we had seafood, and it was a huge meal. Okay, it was like shrimp. Actually, there wasn't any shrimps, but there were lobsters, crabs, razor shell, sengzi, which is really good. Like just a lot of stuff. And at some points, I have to use my own hand, and I see that everybody's using my hand. I'm not gonna chicken out, so I actually use my hand. But at the end, I actually deconstructed an entire crab clip with a pair of chopsticks, which is amazing. I mean, the shell was already cracked like tectonic plates, you know. But yeah, basically there's that. And that is as far as today goes. And then afterwards, I went back home on my cousin's car again, and my elder cousin's like, let's watch a movie tomorrow again. And I'm like, I mean, okay, fine, just whatever. As much as I would like to rest tomorrow. So, alright. So yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna go out again. Fucking hell. I know, it's crazy, but I'm gonna fucking do it. And then on the 8th, I have to go out again to meet, Mr. P and Natalie. But, yeah, I went to Cornhill Cinema. I hope none of you know where that is. Shit, I shouldn't have said the place. But it's a popular place. Anyways, we went there, bought a ticket to watch Suicide Squad. It was 18 plus, and we bought 3 tickets. One for my brother, who's only 13 years old. And I don't like it when he sees like mature shit, but whatever. So there's that. I'm home. And apparently on August 17th, I have to go out again for a dinner with my cousins again. Okay, another thing that happened today was, before I went onto the boat for wave surfing, Natalie student finally texted me. And I was like, I think I was in the car then. And I was like, hi. And so apparently I have to follow her for 2 days, 2 Wednesdays. And that is 11th and 18th. And then on the 11th, my aunt also wanted for us to go snorkeling. which I may or may not decline. I mean, yeah, it sounds like fun activity, but God, I have to tutor later on that day. Like, come on. So, yeah, very complicated shit. So this means today is 6th. On the 7th, I have to watch a movie with my cousin and my brother tomorrow, and then on the 8th, lunch with Natalie and Mr. P. On the 11th, we have snorkeling, maybe, and tutor. And then 12 and 13, I have to go to a camp, an overnight camp with my cousins fucking again. Luckily, I only need to upload Minecraft videos and Thoughts Update videos on those 2 days, but still, gosh darn. So 12 and 13 already gone, and then next thing is 17, a dinner with my cousins again, and then on the 18th, the next tutor day. And then 2 more days in August where I have to hang out with Zara and Miriam because I want to go to different places in Hong Kong. And also the short film, I have to finish the short film. Please don't delay it until September. If I delay the short film until September, I have no chance of making a second one. I have 0 chance. I also kind of want to learn how to draw, learn Spanish, and that's it for August. I'm going to have to thin down some of my YouTube schedule because I'm going to be very busy in the next few weeks. Super busy. Leaving my apartment almost every single day of the week. Oh my God. Oh no, my knees. Oh. Okay. Ouch. Scheisse. Oh. Anyways, I'll be really busy. And it's going to be like whiplash, okay? I mean, the first half of 2021, right? January, February, what the hell am I doing? Nothing. Other than sleep deprivation project. I still remember that shit. But yeah, August, it's only been 6 days, and it's already felt like a month. Which is a good thing. It's a way to slow down time. Alright, signing off, Culture Detective, up in this motherfucker. Oh. Alright, it is currently 12:52 afternoon on August 7th. It's been 1 week since August had began, and you know what? It's a pretty eventful week. More eventful than anything I've experienced in the last 450 days combined. Yeah, so I hope nobody's in the apartment right now, otherwise I am screwed. Yeah, my face is still red, my hands are still red, and my back is really sore. I've never had a sore back before. I finally worked on my back muscles. God. But yeah, I really want to decline snorkeling on the 11th because this is important, okay? This tuition thing, it's important. And look at me. I'm already fucked up pretty bad. I don't need to fuck myself up even more. And also, I already have to camp on 12th and 13th. And also, I need to make more time for my YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, I lost 1 sub. I mean, I've said that yesterday already. Well, anyways, I woke up and there's literally no one at home. So I'm gonna make myself breakfast, and then I'm gonna film and edit a couple reviews, and then I'm just gonna head out. Right. I had a dream where I was at school, but the more I dream about school, the more different it looks from the one in real life. I think it's because my subconscious memory of the school is just fading away very slowly. And yeah, I had a school where I saw Natalie dance. So it was like a dance festival. It was a Christmas Day or something, and I and Nick were on the balcony, and we're watching from a very small window, and we're squatting, or maybe we were laying down, but we were watching Miriam dance, Miriam and a bunch of other girls dance, and then after that it was Natalie, Cedric, and another boy, and then they danced, and I was like laughing real hard because it was really cringy. And then afterwards I went down to the school hall to find that a lot of people are already gone. And then Linda suddenly showed up out of nowhere, grabbed me by my hand, and dragged me all the way up to a room because Linda's friend wanted to have some people be in her club exhibition thing. So there's that. But yeah, I was like kind of shocked, like, oh wow, what? Linda's pulling my arm? What is she doing? But yeah, that is all. No other thing. I woke up and there was nothing. There was nothing. There were texts from in my family WhatsApp group. That's it. Which basically means nothing. No YouTube notifications, nothing. I don't know why, but gaining subs in this day and age, during these times, like in the last few months, are way more difficult than I thought. Like, way more difficult. I don't know why. My finger's still healing. Yeah, gonna continue later. A quick food related thing here. I almost forgot about this when it comes to childhood snacks, but this is the Garden brand chocolate fingers. I haven't eaten one of these in over a decade, I think, and I've completely forgotten about it until it appeared recently. So I was quite shocked. It was like my eyes opened once again. Essentially, what this is it's a chocolate finger. It's biscuit but coated in chocolate. I seriously forgot about this. I'm not even kidding. It's been over a decade. Like, the last time I ate this, I was probably in primary school, and that is 12 years ago-ish. Holy shit. Alright. It is currently 11:53 p.m. on August 7th. Wow. Wow. What a strange day. So, the fiery flames of August has continued to burn bright. Not much happened today. To be honest, not much happened today. But compare today to, like, any day in, like, February, today is quite weird. So anyways, at around 4:30, me, my cousin, and my brother left my apartment. We were quite late, so we rushed to the cinema. We grabbed our octopus cars, we went into the MTR, went out the wrong exit. I brought them to the wrong exit. I knew I was going, like, I thought maybe I would go to the wrong exit, and turns out I did. So we went to the wrong exit, we crossed the road, we immediately went up to the cinema, and we were about 2 minutes late, which is actually good. Like, it could be worse. So we pulled out our movie tickets, and we gave it to the bumper girl, who was outside of the cinema. And she's like, okay, show us your IDs. I showed mine. Clearly, I'm 18 years old, so I can watch it. And then I'm like, no, I'm with them. So I'm over 18, I'm with them, they can come, right? Apparently not. They have lied to us. So when that girl asked my cousin and my brother for IDs, my brother probably didn't even bring an ID card. My cousin showed his ID, not 18. So they were denied access. They cannot watch the movie. So did I go in and watch Suicide Squad alone? No, I didn't. Of course I wouldn't abandon them. So the other bumper girl showed up and said, you know what? You can actually change the tickets. So after some discussion and some panicking, I was calm. I was calm and collected, right? I immediately called my mom. Anything bad happens, call my mom. Nah, but they said they can change it. So I immediately checked all the movies if there are any movies available tomorrow. But here's the thing, I can't do it tomorrow because I have something crazy. Dinner, lunch with Mr. P and Natalie. So, yeah. Um, After a while, I asked the ticket man, asking if I can change the ticket to like another day other than tomorrow, and he's like, yeah. So finally, I decided to watch Old, and that is August 9th, 3:40 p.m. Um, so there's that, and apparently you can watch The Suicide Squad on HBO Max. So spending $50 for that ticket actually isn't that wise of an idea, while Old isn't really on any streaming platforms right now. So, yeah, kind of a shame that we spent all this time and money and effort just going to the cinema just to be denied and then go back. But that happened. Alright, came back and didn't do much, really, didn't do much. So I can't wait anymore. Those colorist guys, okay? Those people, I think it's the DP. Those people making coloring LUTs for my short film, they're taking so fucking long to make a daytime LUT and a nighttime LUT, and the LUTs aren't even that good. Like, the black bits are so fucking black. Like, they were, like, if you look at the Lumi, the scope, like, the black is literally crossing the bottom, which created a very dense line. That's when you know it's too black. It's underexposed. The black stuff in the screen, like the hair, literally looks like a black hole. It's too black. And then there are like certain, like if you put LUTs on certain shots, like the whites are too white. Like the lights are too bright. And it's just shining so much for no reason whatsoever. It totally ruined the frame. But anyways, I colored all the scenes, whatever. Some scenes have the LUT, some scenes don't, whatever. I exported it, and I told the short film guy, you know what, screw it. Can we send this cut to our film composer today? And because I can't afford to waste time. I can't wait for the LUTs just so that I can complete the thing, just so that I can wait for the music again. You know what, screw it. I'm going to give this cut to the music man first and let him figure out the score. Even though it's a short film, come on. Even if it's silent, it's fine. I'm only going to join like small competitions. And I'm going to totally ruin everybody else, alright? So, yeah, essentially there's that. And then the short film guy created a WhatsApp group between me, him, and the film composer. And so that's that. I took initiative. This happened. Then today, I asked Natalie what's going to happen tomorrow. And Natalie's like, I don't know, pick a place. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I thought you're the one who's picking a place. I thought you picked a place already. I thought you booked it, chose where to sit, planned everything. You're Natalie. You plan everything, right? You're like businesswoman. But apparently, like, she didn't because she was busy working and saving the world or something. So she spoke to me and told me, you know what, you pick. And I'm like, no, I don't know. So at the end, she asked Mr. P. Mr. P replied with this cafe thing in North Point, which I haven't even been to. So, and then Natalie's like, okay, tomorrow, 1 p.m., we meet at the MTR. So that's that, which is scary, totally scary. I can just imagine, okay, if I'm late tomorrow, I'm gonna make myself such a big fool. These are two people. One girl I haven't met in 11 months, and another man I haven't met in 13 months. If I show up late, I'm going to look like such an idiot. So I cannot be late. So I can imagine myself either going up the escalator and just seeing silhouettes of them, and I'm like, fucking hell, this is it. or I could be standing there and be the one who's waiting and just look at either both of them ascending the elevator, walking towards me, or separated, but still ascending the elevator and walking towards me. And I would just be like, legs weak. Like, if Mary shows up like that, it would probably be worse. Which goes on to my another topic. Mary made an Instagram story of a painting. Cool. And the painting isn't just any painting. Of course, it isn't like anything, but it's like this joke-ish painting of a pig splashing water on its own face. And it was just such a Mary-esque painting. You know, it was just like kind of round-edged, kind of soft and cartoony, Wes Anderson palette. You know, just very Mary. Just a very Mary thing. But yeah, essentially, that's all that happened today. So, it's pretty late now. I'm gonna read some manga, maybe. I'm actually gonna film something. I have this video idea, and I'm gonna immediately film it. And then, I'm gonna watch The Wire, go to bed. That's it. Bye. Today is a very special day. It is August 8th. It is about 12:25 right now, afternoon. And today is quite historical because I'm going to be having lunch with Natalie and Mr. P. Now, I and Natalie have a like-hate relationship, and a few months ago I really hated her. Now I still do, but I still respect her as a person, and I still like to hang out and talk to her, which is kind of contradictory, but the world is not a very simple place. But for 79 days, I and Natalie have not talked to one another at all. That is until July. And we started talking, and you know, she invited me to have lunch with Mr. P as well. So last time after the DSEs, which was May, the next time I saw Natalie was September 10th. That's 4 months. I have not seen Natalie for 4 months. And it's long enough to make me get mad at her and want to punch her in the face when I see her. Okay, right now it is August of 2021. It has been 11 months. 11 months since I've seen Natalie. One of my closest friends. Quote to quote friends. 11 fucking months. And then we have Mr. P, my former Chinese teacher. I haven't seen him in a year. So we're gonna have a lot of good conversation. And I don't want to be late. I'm going to the Fortress Hill MTR station right now to meet them. Not feeling so good. Hair messy. Also, it's important to know that I have never had lunch with a teacher before. I'm only doing this because Mr. P is the teacher that I admire the most. He is the most cultured man I've ever known on earth. He knows a lot of movies, a lot of music, and even though I'm not good at Chinese, I really respect him, and I'd like to have a good talk with him. I'm here now. I don't know what to expect. Either way, I'm really fucking angry with Natalie, and I don't know what would I do if I see her, but it's about to come true. I still remember a few months ago I had a dream where Natalie invited me to hang out at 2 p.m. somewhere, and I was really angry after I woke up. Yep, it's all about to come true. Kind of fucked up. Anyways, I'm early. It is about 12:40 right now. The MTR is a little bit faster than I thought it is. So it's a good thing to be early. It's a good thing to be early. Definitely is. I don't know where she is, but she just sent me a very threatening text that she had already arrived. But apparently she's either invisible or she's lying, because I cannot fucking see her. Either way, I'm gonna fucking clock her in the face. Show yourself! Show yourself! I'm gonna film in secret. It's gonna be amazing, alright? Let's see if I can spot her. A rare occasion when I'm even earlier than Natalie. A rare occasion indeed. Oh, she may not recognize me. If she doesn't recognize me, I get extra points. I get extra fucking points. I get extra fucking points if she doesn't recognize me. I mean, I wouldn't recognize her. She has long hair now. I mean, well, last time I saw her, she had long hair too, but still. I don't know, it could be anyone. It could be anyone. So yeah, it's pretty late and I am exporting my video, so I'm gonna talk for a little bit now. Originally I wanted this to be a separate video because it's huge, you know, me having lunch with Natalie and then and at the same time Mr. P. Monumental, absolutely historical. But you know what, there isn't a lot to film, so I'm just gonna talk about it now. As expected, there's a lot to talk about. So I arrived at the Fortress Hill MTR station. I arrived there and I was like 20 minutes early, thinking that I may beat Natalie at her game. You know, Natalie's always like, I'm super early. And then Cedric's gonna be like, psych, I'm secretly even earlier. But Natalie's a really early person. Like, she likes to be overly punctual for no reason, so I want to beat her. So when I arrived, I cannot see her. I didn't see her. And then I told her I'm there, and then she's like, I can't see you. So at the end, she called me, and I was actually planning to film her, like showing up the moment she shows up, like how I always film Cedric when I meet him the first time in a long time. But she called me, and that threw me off, and I couldn't film her because of that. But I still managed to film her a little bit, just a little bit, you know. But yeah, she was like, wow, I almost didn't recognize you because you were wearing glasses. But when I saw her, I was like genuinely holding back huge sums of anger. Like the wrath, man, like the wrath is real, like real wrath. Okay, I was like I was doing this like ugh! And then I was like putting my fist up my mouth like this with both hands, and then I'm like, oh my god. And I didn't even want to do the pleasantries, you know. I didn't even want to do the, oh my god, hi Natalie, it's been years. No, I didn't even do that. I'm like, just get on with it. Where's Mr. P? You know, just where are we supposed to meet him here? Where are we supposed to meet him? Blah blah. So we left, and I was like, wow, I haven't seen you in 4 months last time, and I wanted to punch you. What am I gonna do now? You know, very threatening. But yeah, we walked out and we walked around, and I was like taking the lead, you know? I was like the man. Like, obviously, Fortress Hill isn't a district that I'm familiar with because I don't fucking live there. But yeah, I was just walking around. I was looking at my Google map and trying to look for the restaurant. So we walked around and then we arrived. And then at some point it got kind of confusing. You know, it was like, okay, where's the restaurant? This is the right road. It's the right road. It's the right name of the road, but I don't know what's the name of the restaurant. So it got quite confusing at a point. And Natalie's like, I have no idea where we are or where we're supposed to go. So at the end, I asked someone like, okay, where are we supposed to go? Like I asked someone, okay, how do we go to this restaurant? And then the guy said, oh, behind this building. So we went behind this building, and we found the restaurant. Yay! So we lined up. There was a small queue outside of the restaurant. A little bit in front of us is a young man with smooth black hair and glasses. But it's really young, so I didn't think it's Mr. P, even though he looks like one. Turns out he is Mr. P. He just shows up so randomly. And he was already lining up. And at that point, I'm like, wow, okay, it's real now. It's real now. That's it. I'm having lunch with a teacher and Natalie. So, yeah, you know, friggin', you know. Don't know what to say. At first, I was a little bit awkward still. You know, at first I was still a little bit awkward, not really knowing what to say or do. Yeah, we sat down and I ordered pepper beef toast with a lot of fries in it. And Natalie ordered an avocado toast, and Mr. P ordered an all-day breakfast. I'm literally typing the title of my... shit. But yeah, anyways, we sat down and we just started talking, and Mr. P was, you know, taking the initiative, not being awkward at all, just asking me, okay, so how are you doing? You know, asking the usuals, you know, because okay, how long have we not met? And I was like, well, a year. You know, and I haven't even met Natalie yet for 11 months. So how's Natalie? Oh yeah, I'm in Hong Kong U right now. I'm majoring in this. You know, I just studied this course. Blah blah blah. Very busy, and I'm like, oh, I'm studying college right now in the USA online. Yeah, very boring. Film production, majoring in, and yeah, blah 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 blah, and we just talked for like 3-4 hours. You know, we spent like an hour and a half there ish, and then afterwards we moved to another location, a cafe nearby, where the cafe owner knows Mr. P. And we went there and we sat down outside, and like Natalie ordered like caffeine blue or something, and it's like super strong coffee. You know, it's like pure coffee, and it's stored in a glass bottle like it's some biochemical weapon. And Natalie's drinking that, and then Mr. P went for like a coffee soda, and I was like, no, I don't drink coffee. I may die. Actually, today after the dim sum breakfast, I was already feeling a little unwell, you know. And after the very runny egg on top of the beef toast, I was legit feeling a little bit like belly ache, like stomach ache. So I was like, water, it's fine. But yeah, Mr. P paid for our lunch. I took out my wallet and I was like, okay, it's time to pay. Oh, whoa, he already paid for us. So Natalie paid for Mr. P's coffee a little bit later. Yeah, so we talked for about like 4 hours, just all the way from like 1 to 4:30, so that's like 3 hours ish. I think 4:30, right? I don't know. I didn't really check the time or anything. Maybe, I don't know. But for the most part, in my conversation with Mr. P, we talked about movies. Of course, I showed them my trailer. I didn't even tell Natalie that I made a short film. I haven't even told her, so I told her today. And I also told Mr. P, showed him the trailer, and they're like, yeah, pretty good. And yeah, we talked a lot about movies. I showed him my letterbox, like my letterbox profile, the watch list. We talk about everything from Wong Kar-wai to Bong Joon-ho to other Hong Kong films to Michael Antonioni, Federico Fellini, to Kon Satoshi, because there's this film festival that Hong Kong is throwing, and there's this like Kon Satoshi tribute or something where they're playing all of his movies, like Perfect Blue, Tokyo Godfathers, Millennium Actress, Paranoia Agent, which is an anime, aka a long movie. Yeah, we just talk a lot about movies, and Natalie's just at the side just nodding, like, yep, I don't know what you guys are saying, but cool. Yeah, Tarkovsky, and then I talked a little about, just a lot about everything, like this other Hong Kong film was about old people, and Mr. P complained, saying that it's too much action, and it would be better if it only focused on like how these old people live. And then I was like, oh yeah, like Amour by Michel Haneke, and he's like, oh yeah, I was also thinking of Amour. So yeah, he knows a lot of movies, and it's really cool. And I showed him my list of like anticipated movies in 2021. Like Joel Cohen is making a Macbeth adaptation. PTA is making another film. Martin Scorsese's got another film. Matrix 4 or something. Yeah, wow, just a lot of film talk, But aside from that, I also talked a little about, college and the Hong Kong culture, how I actually want to come back to Hong Kong and just make movies in Hong Kong for the culture. That's my plan. I talked about history, actually. I asked him if there are any cool books about like 60s, 70s Hong Kong lifestyle, and also like old China, like Song Dynasty, Ming Dynasty stuff. And he's like, yeah, there are tons of books. I talked about like music too. Like, oh, lately I've been listening to a lot of Hong Kong music. A lot of it is trash, but there are some good ones, like some indie ones, like My Little Airport. And then he's like, oh yeah, you listen to like Pink Floyd? No, I said, yeah, you mentioned Pink Floyd one time in one of the writing papers. And no, I mentioned it, and I said, yeah, I listened to Pink Floyd and Radiohead, and you asked me how did you like know about Pink Floyd? How did you discover them? And I said, oh, when I was young, I looked up in Google like best songs ever, and it's all Beatles, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and all that stuff. Queen, Rolling Stones, yada yada. And I also talked a little bit about hip hop and just Hong Kong music. Like Rubber Band, Serenity. Beyond, LMF. Apparently, he is a very 90s person, so like he listens to a lot of Britpop, like Oasis, and Blur, and also a bit of other stuff like Nirvana and Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's a very 90s person, and I told him I like Kid A the best, and he's like, Kid A, you're a Kid A guy. He's a more OK Computer guy. I'm more of a Kid A guy. So, oh, you're a Kid A guy, Kid A. But yeah, very cultured conversation indeed. And Natalie and him also talked a bit about cats, coffee, school. Natalie talked about like politics as well, because she's majoring, I think minoring in political science or something. Yeah, it was such a pleasant conversation. Natalie even jokingly said, like, I've never heard Enoch said so much in one day. Like, he's even more talkative than me. What? And it must be like kind of a whiplash for her, because she probably hadn't heard my voice in over 11 months. 11 fucking months. And then suddenly I show up one day and I just talk. She must be like, hold on, who are you again? Who are you, Enoch? And I even jokingly said I have not spoken to a teacher this much actually. So that's really cool. Oh yeah, Kurosawa, duh. You know, he was like, wow, you watch a lot of Kurosawa, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I plan to watch a Kurosawa at the end of every month, but I plan to save Ikiru for my birthday. And then he's like, oh yeah, Ikiru is my favorite Kurosawa. Um, yeah, that's pretty cool. And not much else, to be honest. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna edit a video, and then I'm gonna come back and talk about what happened at the second part of my outing today. Time now is 12:09 a.m. After midnight. Let's continue. So, yeah, we talked a lot. It was actually fantabulous. It was actually fantabulous. Also, I asked Mr. P where is he gonna go, and he told me like where, but I guess it would be a bad idea for me to reveal that information, so I'm not gonna say anything about it. But yeah, it was a great conversation. It was a great lunch. It was amazing. My beef toast was 76 dollars. No, 78. And then my other lemonade soda was 36. But he paid for it anyways, plus tips. Anyways, so and then we went to the cafe, and then afterwards, Mr. P's like, all right, I have to go now. Bye bye. So we left, and then afterwards, look, man, I haven't seen Natalie in 11 months. If she just walks off, I would be disappointed. So yesterday, I actually asked her, like, do you have anywhere to go after the lunch? And she said, no. Why are you asking? I'm like, nothing. If you just walk off, I would be disappointed. I just want to save my disappointment in case that ever happens. But I'm not in a hurry. She wasn't in a hurry, so we decided to walk all the way from Fortress Hill to where she lives. Except, of course, I ain't gonna go up to her apartment. But we just walked, and as we walked, we talked in these busy, bustly streets, and it feels unreal, you know, just a small girl beside me, long hair now, yeah, it just feels unreal, anyways, and like, actually, I have no idea what to talk about. Like, I have a lot to say, and at the same time, I don't have a lot to say. Like, at this day and age, like, everyone's changed. Everything's different. Nothing is the same anymore. And I just didn't know what to say to her. She didn't know what to say to me. And it was just alright, you know. And beside her apartment, she's like, oh, do you want to go to that mall? And I was like, what mall? And she's like, oh, Bakokbui. And I'm like, I've never been there. And then she's like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah. So, do you want to go to the mall? 3, 2, 1? And I'm like, yeah, whatever, fine. So we actually went to the mall. We walked all the way over there, and we entered it, and we passed by Pizza Express, and then we just sat down there. She ordered some pizza dough balls, and I ordered an Oreo milkshake. That is $68, but plus tips, 75. 75 for an Oreo milkshake. But you know what? Screw it. I haven't spent any money today, actually, other than the MTR. So, you know what? Screw it. So I got myself an Oreo milkshake, and she got the pizza dough. I ate like 3 out of 8 pieces, and we just sat and talked for like another 1.5 hours or something. And I just sat there and just marinate in this moment, in this very strange, surreal moment where I and this girl reunite together. There's nothing romantic about it, and there's also nothing all that beautiful about it. But it's just a very odd thing. Like, my relationship with Natalie is so complicated because I hate her. Like, I'm not romantically invested at her, but then at the same time, I wouldn't mind, like, maybe I would, but, like, honestly, if Mary doesn't exist, I would probably go for Natalie. At the same time, I hate her. So I hate her enough to not care about how she feels about me at this point. So I could literally say anything to her. I could tell her some of the worst things I've ever done. I could tell her like about my weird ass dreams and weird things, and I just honestly don't care. And then she would tell me those stuff. Like, Natalie is a kind of person, like, chatting with Miriam and Zara is one thing, speaking to Natalie is another thing. Like, I can open myself up and act very edgy in front of her and not feel awkward about it. And actually feel like it's normal. And yeah, like I actually really enjoy speaking to her. Like, there's something exciting. It's almost like a romantic feeling, but it's not, because I know. Okay, I get the same feeling if I ever speak to Mary. When I speak to Mary, I get the same feeling, but it lacks the likening. Like, I speak to her and it feels amazing. It's utmost pleasure, but at the same time, I kind of hate her still. And this is why my relationship with Natalie is just so strange. And my feelings towards her is just so strange. It's because just I don't know, like, the kind of person she is just I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. But we didn't talk too much about everything. I mean, we talked a lot about life, of course. There were some really cool things that she said, like how she thinks Tyrus understands her the most. If she wants to speak to someone, she would go to Tyrus number 1. And then she said, I'm number 2, which is good enough for me, to be honest. Good enough. And I'm really happy about that, because I thought I would be number 5 or number 6. And then she said, I'm underrated. She said she feels like everyone hates her sometimes, and also at the same time everyone doesn't take her seriously. And then she's like, I feel really sad all the time, and she said she gets legit anxiety attacks, and it's diagnosed by a psychologist. And she says she has mild anxiety and depression, and she said, like, yeah, I've been suicidal too, and all that jazz. We talked a little bit about Pink, about how Pink is a liar, or how 30% of everything Pink says is a lie. Natalie said, I can rely on Pink 70%, because of how, like, Pink hugged Kingsley, not the other way around, even though Pink didn't lie to me technically, because Pink didn't even tell me this. But I was given the impression that Kingsley still had feelings for Pink, because Pink told me that Kingsley held Pink's hand in the skill test practice in Pink's apartment. But there's that. We talked a little bit about life, the purpose of life. I told Natalie about, how, I wanted to grow up, like, what's my ultimate plan, what's my ultimate end game, to, go to USA, get successful, come back, all of that. And she's like, well, I'm not that much of a big dreamer. There were moments where we just don't have anything to talk about, and I just stare at something. I just stare at the wall beside me, looking like a philosopher. She stares at her glass of water, looking kind of concerned and sad, but also at the same time slightly evil at the same time. It's these moments that I really fucking like, actually. Like, we just marinate in the moment. We just exist in the moment, and we're just fucking there, We're just there. It's a little awkward, but we're just there. But, I like someone who's willing to speak to me about the deepest shit of life, But Natalie has this, and I don't fear denying her, But Natalie Natalie told me that Grant is shallow, because Natalie feels sad, and sometimes Grant would tell Natalie, like, you're dating me, you have a boyfriend, and you're pretty successful, you have friends, like, you don't have the right to be depressed. But it's true that reality is one thing and how you feel is another thing. Like, you can have a lot of friends but still feel lonely. It's a feeling, and it has nothing to do with the reality at all. So, Grant doesn't understand that, and Natalie complains that Grant is too shallow. And she even points out that the psychologist asked Natalie if she truly, shit, I got. But yeah, essentially, the psychologist questioned Natalie if she really likes Grant or not. I even mentioned Cedric to Mr. P, actually. I told Mr. P that Cedric actually wants to meet Mr. P too, but he's not in Hong Kong, obviously. I mean, Cedric. But, Natalie asked me a lot about herself. Like, she's like, oh, I'm fat and ugly now. And she's like, were people really scared of me in Form 1? And I said, yeah, I was afraid of you. Now, Natalie asked me if I was friends with her in Form 1 and 2, and I'm like, no. In Form 1, we're enemies. And I was really afraid of you. Like, I was just really honest about that. I was really afraid of you. And I was really, like, like, you just seem really, like... And then she's like, why am I scary? I'm a really small person. And then I said, size doesn't matter. And then I know what I'm about to say, and I'm like... And then she's like... Now, there was one moment where she suddenly laughed, and she's like, and I've never heard her laugh like that. I've never heard her laugh like that. It was legitimately creepy. But, yeah, there's that. And, told her about Mary. I actually have not told her that I spoke to Mary on Mary's birthday last year. And she managed to not know, because apparently she knows everything other than this. So, I told her, and I legit gave a huge smile. I couldn't stop myself from smiling from all the... Like, that conversation I had with Mary is just so good. It's just the best conversation I've had. And Natalie admitted it. Like, Mary... Yeah, I mean, Mary kind of seems like a basic bitch, but also, at the same time, Mary gives off this aura as if she's better than everyone else around her. And she's just, like, very difficult to predict, because she's a good person, but also she's not. She's a righteous person, also she's not. She's a bad person, also she's not. Like Mary's just, she has layers. And, yeah, talking about Mary. But I literally told Natalie, I didn't even expect myself to tell Natalie, like, all these very honest thoughts, but I told Natalie that I hate her, first of all. Second of all, that, if Natalie was kinder, I would have considered. Yeah. But Natalie said, like, she has, like, a lot of platonic male friends, Adam is the first one she named out of all the boys. Leo, Tyrus, me, and by platonic she means that there are no like romantic feelings on either side. So obviously Idris had a crush on Natalie, Cedric had a crush on Natalie. A lot of people had crushes on Natalie, even probably Hans did. And I told Natalie how people let their guards down when they're around Natalie. Like Hans would just tell Natalie in her DMs how he jerked off to basically every single girl in the class. And how Topher would tell Natalie that he wants her to be his sex slave and try different sex positions. BDSM stuff. Like, boys just tend to let their guard down. Kingsley, similarly, but also different. Kingsley simply doesn't care. Kingsley could make a girl feel disgusted, but Kingsley wouldn't care because he thinks he's the protagonist of his story. And he just acts like a boss. And Natalie also told me that everybody in the Bridge Club, except for Bob, hates Zara. Not surprised. To be honest, Zara is not a bad person. Maybe she's a little annoying, but yeah. Also, like, I think Adam told Natalie that Everybody in Bean Gang hates pink, which again, like everything coming out of Natalie's mouth just seems 10 times more dramatic. Maybe it's not like that. Natalie also at some point literally listed how she was molested when she was in kindergarten, and then once when she was on the primary school bus, and how she had daddy issues because their parents won't separate until recently when they start considering. Quite whack. But I enjoy speaking to Natalie. Like, there's something exciting about it, something naughty about it, like something pleasurable about it, something I know I shouldn't do, but I just enjoy doing and I look forward to doing it again. And it's such a nostalgic feeling. And I shouldn't do this because I know Natalie's toxic. She's poisonous, and she would just make me feel bad about myself. But I also really enjoy speaking to Natalie. I just do, man. Just yeah, I hope I made a good impression on her. I hope I did, even though my hair looks like a pancake. And yeah, this is gonna be a weird thoughts update videos. Some days are short, some days are long, like this one. And yeah, we talked a little bit about the girl that I'm about to tutor for Natalie. So there's that. But yeah. So since I don't hate Natalie as much now, I'm gonna meet her more frequently in the future, probably. Alright, time now is 1:40 p.m. on August 9th. Now I and the other guy are 11 subs apart. So it's still a lot. I mean, I think I gained like 2 subs overnight yesterday, which is really cool. And I was like, damn, you know? Shoot, what the fuck? Come on, okay. Yeah, I gained like 2 subs overnight, and I'm like, damn, I'm getting ahead. And I'm only 11 subs, and I'm still 11 subs behind the guy. But anyways, I was really sleepy, and I went to bed at around 3:30, and I pretty much immediately fell asleep and slept all the way till like 10 something, and then I was like wide awake for like 90 minutes, and then I just went back to sleep again, and then I woke up at 1, so that's pretty cool. But anyways, yeah, today I'm gonna have to leave my apartment again. I'm gonna have to watch Old, the movie, with my cousins, and that's it for today. Good thing that there isn't a lot to do. So we're gonna watch a movie, and then I'm gonna come back home. It's gonna be cool. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do anything important today. Anyways, Minecraft. No, I will record myself play Minecraft tomorrow. Not today. Today I have an album review to do, and then yeah, and then I don't have much to say about the short film. Actually, yeah, the trailer. I'm gonna fix the trailer a little bit, and I'm gonna add in subtitles, so that when I release it, you know. Yeah, I really don't know what to say. August has been pretty fire so far. 9 days. So much has happened in 9 friggin' days. Okay? But yeah, I remember yesterday, I wanted to add that yesterday when we had the conversation with Mr. P, I talked about conspiracies because I want to, you know. Of course, I have to tell Mr. P about conspiracies, and Mr. P's like, oh yeah, you know, it's have you seen Boyhood? You know, like, you know, you really track a person for over over years. You know, have you seen the 400 blows and all that? Yeah, and then afterwards, when I and Natalie were sitting at the Pizza Express, you know, I think I forgot what I said, actually. I talked a little bit about secondary school. Oh yeah, I told her my dream where there was a Form 7. I shut the back door and I just stood there on my both feet and breathed in, and I feel alive. And then that kind of inspired Natalie. That kind of struck a chord with Natalie. And Natalie was like, damn, I miss secondary school. And in my heart, I'm like, yeah, you're speaking to me. I probably miss it even more than you do. So, yeah. That is all. I am once again back at the scariest district of the entire city. Fuck me. Alright, time now is 12:09 a.m. after midnight. I don't have much to say other than I'll be eating more cotton candy. Cotton candy and marshmallow in Cantonese have the same name, 棉花糖, which means cotton candy. So, it's confusing sometimes. But, anyways, still processing yesterday. What a great day. What a fantastic day. Still processing the last 8 days, 9 days. So eventful, many wow. Yeah, today I just, I went to, the mall in the scariest district of Hong Kong, and went to the exact same restaurant where I and Natalie met up with Keith, Jeffrey, and Cedric in the summer of 2019, which set off a whole series of events that I don't even want to think about anymore. So at that restaurant, I met up with my cousins and my brother, and we were 15 minutes away from the movie. Like, the movie will start in like 15 minutes, and my brother and my elder cousin ordered a burger, and me and my younger cousin were like, bruh, 15 minutes left. And the burger didn't arrive until much later, so at that point, it was 5 minutes left. I and my younger cousin decided to just bounce. Just get the hell out of there, rush into the cinema, get into the movie, and 6 minutes later, they finally came to the cinema, and the movie hadn't even started because it's all commercials. So, that's that. But anyways, we watched the movie, said goodbye, bye-bye, went back home. Nothing else happened. Yeah, no news on any side of things. No news on the short film side of things. So, tomorrow, actually, technically today, I will have to have another dinner outside. So, that's gonna happen on the 10th. On the 11th, we have the tuition with the girl, Natalie student, which I'm a little bit anxious about because it's a stranger. But I guess I should be less anxious about it because meeting a stranger... Okay, on June 4th, I met a group of strangers, with a majority of them being girls. Just because I wanted to make this short film. On the 11th, I'm going to meet one girl because I had to take on this job temporarily. So the 11th should be less awkward. It's a less awkward situation. So you know what? I'm gonna do fine. But yeah, I was just really bored today. Got nothing to do. Played a lot of Minecraft, like hours, and then not doing anything. I'm not gonna do anything all that important right now as well. Listen to music, watch an episode of The Wire. That's it for today, and yeah. Alright, time now is 2:25 p.m. on August 10th. Yeah, so I have some bad news because I think it started a couple days ago. My right foot big toe is hurting. And it isn't the first time something like this had happened. My toes have hurt in many different ways. But this is different, okay? Because it's been hurting yesterday, and it's still hurting now. And only on one side. So I looked it up earlier today. Hurting toenail. And I checked and I checked. Turns out I have an ingrown toenail. And essentially what that is that the toenail is growing to the sides of the nail. And into my skin. this is why it's kind of red and swollen right now. Which sounds like a simple thing, but it's actually really messed up and could lead to disastrous proportions. Which is why I am actually kind of fucking scared right now. The causes could be many different things. The day before I went wave surfing, I actually cut my toenails, and obviously I didn't know how to properly cut a toenail. I just cut it, straight, and then maybe a bit to the sides, and then that probably caused this. But also the fact that I've been leaving my apartment day after day after day after day wearing shoes and socks, and maybe that caused something. Also, on the day of wave surfing, I wore my Crocs, and those Crocs are really hard, and it wasn't I didn't feel comfortable wearing them, but I still wore them the whole day nonetheless. I think it's a combination of those factors. But anyways, I have the problem now, and I have to solve it. The best way to do it is to literally go up to a doctor and ask for a surgery. It's going to hurt, and more importantly, it's going to cost. So I really don't know what to do about that. Also, I have plans, man. Today there's dinner, and then dinner outside. Tomorrow there's a tuition. It's really important. It's a very, very important issue. And then on the 12th and 13th there is a camp, which I can go, but I probably won't do anything there now that my toe is kind of fucked up. And of course on the 17th and 18th there's a dinner, there's another tuition, and the next week I may have a couple appointments with Zara and Miriam. So I don't know what to do. So that is kind of scary. So at this point there's a few things I can do, right? I'm gonna call my mom. If anything goes wrong, just call my mom. If she doesn't pick up, well, I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm gonna go get a tub, and I'm gonna fill it with warm water, put some salt in it, and just soak my foot in it for a while, and maybe soak it again and again and again. I'm gonna extract cotton from Q-tips, and I'm gonna tuck it underneath the ingrowing nail. And at least that's what I read. I read a lot of Reddit posts just then when I had my breakfast/lunch, and also a lot of these articles like WebMD and all that. And some of it says cut it now, cut it immediately, but most of the posts didn't mention cutting it. They only mention getting cotton and lift it up. It's gonna hurt like a bitch, but it's beneficial. Lift it up. If there is pus, it will soak it up, and then just lift it, and like a few days later, it's going to be long enough so you can cut it. Which is scary because it's not like I can lift the whole goddamn nail, right? So I'm no expert on this. I don't want to mess it up even further, so the best way is still to go visit a doctor. Who knows? Alright, time now is 12:21 afternoon. I just woke up about 20 minutes ago. It is August 11th, and yes, I forgot to do one of these videos last night because I was just busy. I went out for dinner, and it was a very good dinner. I told my mom that I have an ingrown toenail, and my mom didn't believe it. But now she kind of does, because she's, I described it. But yeah, yesterday I really asked Leo. Apparently Leo also had an ingrown toenail before, but he fixed it himself, of course. Leo, with his 200 IQ, of course he fixed it himself, but he said he cut it. And I read somewhere online that you cannot do that, because it's sort of like a negative feedback mechanism where the more you cut it, the more the nail wants to grow. So I haven't done anything to my toe yet, so this is really fucking scary. And the fact that I just slept means that I have lost some time again. It has grown out a little bit again. But yeah, I can still walk right now. It's still fine. Simultaneously, I asked Miriam if I've been wanting to do this for a while now. I asked Miriam if so earlier, like last week, she listed a bunch of dates, which is the days when she is free. And yesterday I asked her if is also free on those days. I don't know yet, but we'll know. She hadn't replied. Yeah, I also talked a little bit to the tutor student, Natalie student, whose name, you know what, let's just give her a name, Jay. So, yeah, I spoke to Jay a little bit, and Jay calls Natalie by her last name, like Miss last name, and it was just so fucking professional. But yeah, I talked to her a little bit, asking her if I had to print out anything, blah 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 blah. I don't, but there seems to be a bit of confusion in that, so I'm a little bit afraid. But essentially, Jay said she wants to do some reading practices, and I screenshotted our conversation and gave it to Natalie, and Natalie's like, "Oh yeah, she wants to do 2011 CE past paper." And then I talked to Jay like, "Are you gonna bring an iPad or are you gonna bring a physical copy of the past paper?" And she's like, "Past paper." So yeah, it's gonna happen tonight. It's a little bit nerve-wracking, but given that I have already met a bunch of strangers, and a majority of them are girls, just because of the short film I want to make. This is like nothing in comparison, so it should be fine. But yeah, still, got lots to do. Plus the fact that on 12th and 13th, aka tomorrow and the day after, I have to go to this stupid ass camp for some random weird reason with my family, my cousin's family, and a bunch of other random people. My toe is hurting, so I don't know how much of that camping can I do. B, I need to pack, so I have to wake up early today. So, yeah, yesterday I actually didn't finish watching Pan's Labyrinth because it was already really late. But, I slept at around, I went to bed at around 3:45. Ouch. And I just couldn't fall asleep. Maybe it's because of the stress. Like, I don't know what's going to happen to my toe. If they're going to have to cut off my toe or something like that, I really don't want that to happen. But yeah, at around 5 I managed to fall asleep, and then my alarm rang at around 11:45, and then Leo's awake, please answer me. I just woke up to like nothing, not any important notifications, and I really want to get this straight. So I drew a nail diagram and used a red color to like ask Leo which part did he cut. And so I'm getting scientific with this shit, and I need to solve this before it gets any worse. It's a ticking time bomb. You know, it's a good thing because my hand nails grow like twice faster than my toenails. So if I leave this for 1 month, I'm fucking dead. I need surgery. But it's only been 5 days, so it's still kind of fine. Time now is 6:26 p.m. and yeah, 6:27 now. Yeah, so in about an hour I have to arrive at the girl's place, except I don't even have her address. I don't know where, how, what's going on. I am totally unprepared. Also, I have starved myself, and I've eaten nothing in the entire afternoon other than 2 pieces of Mentos candies, right? So I should be I should be hungry enough to have dinner now. I should be. Okay. My hair looks bad. Flat as a pancake. I look bad, and I have to edit a lot of videos today, actually. Of course, I have the movie review out already. I just edited a thoughts update. I'm still processing some Minecraft videos. I will edit a Minecraft video later. So I will schedule the thoughts update to come out like tomorrow, and then the Minecraft video to come out like 2 days later, because for the next 2 days I won't be able to upload anything. But actually, originally, I planned to upload way more than that. Like another Minecraft video, another GeoGuessr video. There's a Team Fortress 2 video, which I haven't even filmed, that I will not film. I'm just going to delay that. And, who knows? Okie dokie. I need to stop saying alright. I was editing my Thoughts Update video earlier today, and I realized that and I was editing my Minecraft video, and I realized that every time I start a video, I say alright. So I gotta change it up from time to time. But yeah, right now it's 10:47 p.m. on August 11th, and I'm back home. Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know what to say. My toe is hurting even more right now, and apparently Leo misunderstood me. He also had an ingrown toenail before, but it wasn't the kind where it grows sideways, but it's the one where it goes forward and digs in. Now that one is way easier to handle. Mine, if severe, needs surgery. So mine is different. I gotta go see a doctor. So, yeah, that sucks, and it is scary. But, anyways, I went, tutor Natalie student, or, as the student calls her, Miss, her last name. And, yeah, I was actually late for 9 minutes, of course, you know. I'm always late to everything, so I'm late for like 9 minutes. But, yeah, I arrived there, and it wasn't awkward at all, you know. I realized that the only thing that makes this more awkward than my June 4th actor meetup is that in the actor meetup there are other people backing me, and that is the short film guy. But in this situation, none. But this situation is still 20 times better than the June 4th actor meetup. Like in that meetup, it was so awkward. I had to like tell them, I had to tell people like why am I even making this short film. But yeah, anyways, I met her inside the Starbucks. It was obviously her. Like, she was in a small black t-shirt, she wore earrings, she had a bracelet. She looks like a pretty normal girl. She's sitting at the big table, and I could immediately tell it's her. So I sat down, and she's like, okay, I brought my iPad and I'm going to do my past paper. So I proceeded to just sit there and say nothing for 1 hour and 5 minutes. Do nothing but just scrolling around my phone, looking at my WhatsApp, you know, making my YouTube schedule and whatnot. And just not doing anything for 1 hour and 5 minutes. And during the time I also like read the paper and try to figure out how fast she is. She's very slow. And then afterwards, when she's finished, it's already 8:45. Our tutor time is supposed to end at 9, and it was already 8:45 at that point. So I corrected her paper. It took me about 5 minutes, and she got a 51 out of 77, which is not that good. It's not good, bro. It's not that good. I think that's a level 3, so it's definitely not a good look. So I went through all the mistakes that she had made, part by part. There are 3 parts, and explained stuff, and it was just like, you know, she's just a shy little helpless girl, you know. She just sat there and listened to me talk, and then afterwards I asked, like, okay, are there like dictations or anything? Because Natalie told me that she would also like to have dictations, where I say a bunch of vocabs and she write them down, which is very lame, bruh. You're probably 17 years old. You don't need dictations anymore. But I asked her if she wants to do dictation, and she said, do I want? And I'm like, it's whatever. So she's like, okay, well then next lesson then. And apparently she thought I would have to follow her for months after month, even though Natalie only lent her to me for 2 days, 1 day per week, so 2 weeks. Yeah, but yeah, essentially afterwards we left. There was a guy waiting for her, of course, and and it wasn't like a sharp, charismatic, cool guy. It was just a, kind of a chubby guy with glasses. Don't know who that actually is, but anyways, I just walked away and that's it. So yeah, it's not that bad. It's not all that awkward. Now though, I have problems. I have my own problems. First of all, my toe is still hurting. I may have to go to see the doctor. Worst case scenario, I have to go through surgery, but I don't think I'm gonna lose my toe. But yeah, this is gonna suck. I also need to pack because tomorrow I need to go to camp. So there's that. Also, I need to edit a bunch of videos now. I need to edit 2 Minecraft videos and 1 GeoGuessr video and upload them and schedule them to be dropped on specific times, which is going to be 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. specifically on both days. Yeah. Shit. Okay, it is 11:24 p.m. Time for a bit of a food bit, because even though I think I've shown this in my thoughts update video before, but I actually haven't eaten it. So here we go. This is cotton candy. It's gone. And it is a Muji. Not food related, but I also forgot to talk about Miriam, because I was with Miriam on that day when I bought this pack of cotton candy, and I had a small conversation with her a little bit earlier today. Like a couple days ago, I replied to Miriam's lists of dates where she is free, and I said Zara, 都得閒. But I meant to write Zara, 得閒, which means is she free or not? And originally, but because I mistyped it, it became Zara is free on these days. So she's like, really? And I'm like, oh, I mistyped it. But there's that.